So let's see what we've got here then. So what do we think from this B-wing? Is the 2-bank blue on the B-wing? Nope.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one. One bank to the left,
Yep.
holding down that chili pepper.
I will fight you.
There'll be time for that. Just clipping that.
Yeah, it just clips it. Just clips the tip of the claw.
There's no action.
Nope.
But no damage, no ill effects either. And the Y-wing now. We're looking at the Y-wing doing a three bank.
Maybe a rotate?
I would not be surprised. That's one of the biggest strengths of those turreted ships, being able to orbit.
Yep.
I think that's a really good point, or a really good play, too, because that might block the boost K-turn.
Yep.
Now, I wonder if, I mean, the question is if Frank saw that and thought about that, or if he is just making a solid maneuver.
So it does two things. It means that if the Inquisitor turns in this way, guess what? You've got a range 1 shot.
Range 1 ion shot.
Yep. If Dallas has done the boost K-turn, it's blocked here. He can't do the boost this way.
So Dallas is actually taking that Inquisitor 3 straight forward.
So they're just going to mark the Y-wing out now, which is exactly the right thing to do.
I think that 3 straight is actually an excellent maneuver.
Yeah. Like, a lot of people in this situation would just go, I'll just take it from the side of the ship.
Right.
Like, I don't like it. It's sloppy.
No place at Worlds.
Yeah.
Casual tournament, sure.
Yeah.
World Championships, let's be
Yeah.
as accurate as we possibly can.
So here, do we think the Inquisitor's got arc on the B-wing? On this B-wing, the purple B-wing.
Oh, interesting. That's awfully close, but I'm not sure he does.
No, I don't think so either.
I think we've definitely got the arc on the rear one. I think that's a perfect situation for a... There it is. There's just a target lock.
Yep.
Pop off another concussion missile.
You've got the Force.
Exactly.
Go for it.
Inquisitor going to missile. That's just what they do.
Yep.
And what I do when I've got such a good deal is 15% off of Curled Paw Creative tokens is go to their Etsy store and use code WORLDS2019. Get 15% off my order. Free shipping above $35 in the U.S. That's great. Unfortunately, you can't take advantage of that, Darren.
Nope.
Sorry,
it's
bud.
fine. So
you can still get 15% off.
Does the shuttle bump? No, it looks clear.
That is...
Sorry, we just heard on the table Dallas saying, yay, he can fly big ships, because he's known for
Very
flying
nice
a TIE Swarm.
Good transition.
Thank you very much. Speaking of transitions, now let's see where Dallas is going to transition his red line to, because assuming that he has done what we thought he was going to do, all of those options are blocked, right? All those K-turn options are blocked.
Yeah.
So the shuttle's just going to focus.
So what do we think red line's done? We've still got the Inquisitor
We've
first.
still got an Inquisitor. There's the one turn.
Yeah.
Going to take the target lock focus. Target lock force, he'll probably evade. Do you think?
Well, he's not going to get a barrel roll in. I think here you just, take the evade.
He's got the force, he's got the evade.
Yep.
He's got a couple extra damage to burn.
He's got a range 1 shot on the X-Wing.
And I would assume in this case, if red line is going to bump, if red line is going to be under fire, that my opponent would take the shots at red line, because he is the most dangerous. Here he comes.
Too hard away.
Too hard. Just completely disengaging.
Yep. The thing he's got to watch out for, though?
Ion. Does a boost get him out of that?
It'll be close. I think the bank boost left gets him out of it, but it will be close.
I think that's the right choice.
Yeah.
You get bank boost, take a target lock for posterity. K-turn next round, right?
Yeah.
That's essentially an unblockable K-turn.
Effectively, he does not want to be ioned in this position, because he's going to be taking 4 dice at that range.
There's the boost,
There's
bank left boost.
Bank boost.
Now, whether or not that gets him out of ion range does a couple things, too. Even if he does get ioned, he's going to be going this way, has a couple extra turns. The Rebel Force can't effectively follow him nearly as well.
It also means that the Y-Wing can't, because if it had been ion facing this way, that Y-Wing just takes a 1 bank and just escorts him off the board.
And even in this position, the Y-Wing has a really tough choice for maneuvers next turn.
Yeah.
It has to turn.
Yeah.
Has to turn hard. And he has taken a lock on the Y-Wing.
Yep.
Now maintaining one against rear white B-Wing and the Y-Wing at the same time. Great 2-turn.
Honestly, I'm surprised he took the lock there. I thought he was passive centered.
Well, he took his action to boost.
Ah, yes. Yeah,
Yep.
you're absolutely correct.
That wasn't the cheeky coordinate boost.
Oh. So, fire control.
So that's from the Inquisitor. Hit, and crit.
So
1 evade.
Yep. So 2 shields on the B-Wing.
And that is B-Wing white.
So.
Shuttle is firing first.
Yep. Range 2 into the X-Wing.
Right choice. That's the best shot from the shuttle.
Indeed.
Inquisitor's got some options, so let's take the best shot first. There he goes. Two hits.
So the X-Wing's not going to die. None of them are crits.
But there's 1 evade.
So takes damage. Down to 2. So can this Inquisitor finish off that X-Wing? He is range 1. He does have a target lock. He does have the Force.
He's got to take it. There's the range, or there's the 3 dice.
So if one of these is a crit, it's done.
Yep, there's 1 hit. You lock both of those?
I'd spend the lock on both. You want to keep that Force. You're
right.
taking 3 shots back. Dallas is just saying it's a tough one right now.
Mm-hmm. I think spending the lock on both is the right call, but
yep.
There it goes.
Spending the lock. He's fishing for the crit as well, because he knows that if he gets a crit, another hit.
Oh, there it is. You got to spend that Force. Oh, he's just taking the 1.
No, he's thinking about it. Because if he spends the Force, any paint from the Blue Squadron means that Inquisitor's taking another shot.
Right.
Really, really unfortunate there for Dallas.
But if he does spend the Force,
he's holding it.
He's holding it.
Yep.
So so the X-Wing is taking another shot. So there's the damage. That is unfortunate for Dallas. Very fortunate for Frank.
So Dallas is taking 2 range 1 shots from 2 X-Wings, both with a focus. And then you've got 2 B-Wings at range, what looks like 3.
Yep.
1 will be 3, 1 will be 2. So the furthest one away.
Here comes the range 3 shot into Red Inquisitor. 3 hits.
I think this might be a dead Inquisitor. It's going to have to spend the focus. Oh, no, he doesn't have focus.
He's got the Force.
So he can spend the Force.
Does he dump them both?
I don't think you do.
Because you're still taking 3 more shots.
I think you spend a Force, take a shield.
I think so, too. And there it is.
He's debating it now. Yep, so
taking
a shield. I'd personally try and hold on to that evade to see if you can stop crit.
Right.
So he's still got 1 shield, so he's got some crit mitigation now. So range 2 from the other B-Wing. Let's not forget he's got 2 range 1 shots coming against him.
It's B-Wing number 2. 2 hits.
2 hits.
With blank skis. Got to spend the evade.
Yeah, has to.
Yep, there it is.
Spend it. Take shield. I think this is a dead Inquisitor.
So now we see Frank picking up 1 point, leading by 1, 22 to 21 in this game. Taking a look and see if that is range 1.
Oh, looks like it's just range 2. Oh, hit crit.
Oh, Inquisitor, he's got a natty on this.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that is 2 focuses and an evade. Inquisitor will go down, putting Frank in a decided lead with 43 points. Still all 3 concussion missiles in the can for that Inquisitor, too. That's a big loss for Dallas Parker.
Yep.
And we still have X-Wing White firing into the Jendon shuttle.
Yep.
Focus for 2.
So it's going to be at least a shield. And it is a shield.
All right, so now we are 20 minutes left in the round. 43 points from Frank's side and a dead Inquisitor.
They've still got the Y-Wing. So no arc for the Ion. But it is going to be a range 1 shot. Two hits. 2 damage.
2 damage on the red line.
So that is into red line soul.
Does not pick up half points, though, which is good for Dallas.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and hit an instant replay here going into the engagement phase that happened a little bit earlier on Table 2. If we take a look here, We got Scott versus Ryan on table 2 right now. You got Ryan currently firing with one of his Wookiees. It's one of the Kashyyyk defenders. You can see that he does currently have the lead, 72-26. And right now you have the Kashyyyk defender in the middle of the board, firing on the shuttle, it looks like. Spends a focus. That's going to be hit crit. Shuttle's defending. And that is going to be a crit. And he's going to go ahead and get a loose stabilizer. All right, so looks like Ryan is, in the lead at the moment. We'll check back later to see how this game has swung. Back to table 1.
Has to get half points on something else, not lose anything else. Now the B-Wing's getting close, but not quite there yet. And I don't know, Dallas is in a tough position.
Yep, no, absolutely. I think this Inquisitor's got to start doing some work.
Right. Now how, because we were talking at the beginning of this game, how Dallas was controlling the opening engagement, how he was coming in. How did it turn into this now where Frank has a decisive positional advantage as well?
Yeah, so I think one of the issues that Dallas had was, as we were talking about, he engaged with 2 ships. Now, that first engagement, that initial kind of those shots, yes, he came ahead, but actually what we've seen there is this Inquisitor here, the one that's just been deleted, when he hard turned away, he got no shot.
Right.
He's then had to hard turn in, and he got one shot,
trapped.
and then just got trapped by these.
Right.
If he'd have taken a softer maneuver like a one bank, he'd have been able to barrel all the way this way.
Right.
Or if he'd have taken a one bank in this way,
he would have got that shot. Yep.
So he would have had a shot the first engagement, so he'd have had 3 ships. That X-Wing might not have been there.
Right. And if that X-Wing is not there, Red Line has more options to move because this back X-Wing could not have blocked him. Then we get 3 more shots, 3 more missiles. Back to.
All right, guys, so for anybody who is joining us for the first time, we have multiple tables going here right now. We're taking a peek here at what's happening on table 1 and table 2. You can see that Ryan is still currently in the lead. We'll get that instant replay going later. But for anybody who is joining us for the first time, we're here. We have, excuse me, we have a couple of different tables going right now. I'm not commentating on the games currently right now for 2 reasons. One, I am in the command center giving you guys all the information, as well as I'm not feeling great. As you can probably tell. So, again, thank you so much for everybody who's watching. I want to remind you guys, thank you so much to our sponsor, Curl Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code WORLDS2019 for 15% off. I want to remind you guys to hit that Twitch Prime button. You can do that every 30 days, and it donates $2 and change to your favorite creatives here on Twitch. It's very easy to do. If you don't know how to do it, type !Twitch. Excuse me, not Twitch. !Prime in the chat. If you want to find about other ways to support us, such as Patreon and other things like direct donations and things like that. If you just want to know how can I support Gold Squadron, you actually can just go ahead and type !Support in the chat, and that'll come up. Let's get back to the game.
Points on the shuttle this round.
Right.
And it's just a race then. It's a race against time. It's a race against points. I don't want to say it's over.
But it's tough.
Yeah.
It is an uphill battle.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. There's the lead X-Wing white. Will he pull out that K-turn? Now he's going in for a block on the shuttle.
Do we think one bank barrel roll?
I think just a one bank. Because the shuttle gets, the shuttle gets no actions if he goes straight, because it's over the rock, or excuse me, over the gas cloud.
Oh,
shuttle,
if he jumps,
that's true.
Then he would.
That's true.
But if he stopped, he's in a perfect place.
Absolutely.
So he's doing the roll. Which way is he going to go?
He's going to go out.
Because that means that if that shuttle has stopped, he's
not taking any shots in return.
He's not taking the shots in return. Yep. So that X-Wing is there just causing a nuisance.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what we were worried about when he didn't get deleted.
Yep.
And I think you're absolutely right. That Inquisitor that died only got one shot, none of which were missiles.
Yep.
That's very, very rough.
So we've got a 2 bank here.
Again, just coming in, pressuring that shuttle exactly how you were anticipating. I assume we will be seeing a follow-through with the B-Wings as well, taking some focus on that X-Wing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always focus. Just a one straight.
One straight, keeping his arc wide.
The thing I like about that is it also opens up a Talon roll next round, too.
Yeah.
You can Talon roll across the top of that debris cloud, catch the Inquisitor as it tries to come back in.
So let's have a look. Is that a 2 straight from the B-Wing?
That looks like a 2 straight to me. It's right in the middle of those other red maneuvers.
Yeah, there
And
we go, 2
indeed,
straight.
there it is, 2 straight. Just guns on the shuttle.
Yep. Now that B-Wing's got a couple of target locks on it, but
Right.
one's from the Inquisitor, the other's from Redline. I think there's only the Inquisitor that can really threaten. I think we're going to have to see a hard one in from this Inquisitor.
Right.
He's got to stay in the fight. The problem there is, if he hard ones in, next turn, these B-Wings just go, well,
2K.
I'll 2K, 2K, and hello.
Right. And then he's in the same lump of trouble that his buddy was just a minute ago. Marking red line, there's a 3 bank
Yep.
from the Y-Wing. Arc pointed in towards the center, just got to give him some room to fly. We haven't really seen that Y-Wing put meaningful damage in just yet, but it's really been the B-Wings doing all work, like the damage work right now.
But does the Y-Wing have to? It's
No.
a threat.
Exactly. It's pushing off one side of that board.
Yep.
It's making that an area where Dallas can't fly.
Yep.
And it is going to be a huge threat to the Inquisitor as it tries to come up towards the top of the board, too.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see any ion maneuvers, but let's see what the shuttle has done. So the shuttle's gone quick.
Yep.
So as I say, it's missed these two. Looks like it's going to be out of arc.
Great
Of these
move,
two.
and we do have a back arc on the X-Wing as well.
Yep. So whether he can finish it off or not, but it's also going to take a lot of damage from this B-Wing
Right.
here. Probably going to be out of arc with this one.
Now, Dallas, knowing that, should he reinforce or should he focus?
I'd focus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just try to take that X-Wing out? Get the
just-
offensive shot?
Just try and take the X-Wing out.
Yep. The quicker that Dallas can kill that X-Wing, can put himself back into running the next time he gets half points, the better.
Yeah, because the challenge he's got is this X-Wing can then just turn in again.
Yeah.
Like next turn, these ships can just turn in, or they can K-turn, they can come back around and just be a nuisance.
So he is not focusing. There's a coordinate.
Yep.
He's going to literally roll the dice. Likely going to see a 1 turn here from the Inquisitor afterwards.
Yep.
Gives him a little bit more space.
Yep. So, oh, K-turn.
Okay. I mean, that's also a very solid move.
So I think that'll still give him arc. So he'll still be able to get some concussions off on
No,
that B-Wing.
that's excellent too. And then he's not stuck in this area next round, right? He can
just do a
one
little
bank
one
in. He can come in slowly, get more concussion missiles off, because that's what he needs to do.
He could do the hard one and come around this way. The problem there is that he effectively will be taking himself out of the fight.
So there's Redline going out with a 3 bank.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to see a K-turn maybe.
Yep. I'd have absolutely loved to see a K-turn there.
He's got a lock on the Y-Wing. He just needs to get damage in, but there's a boost.
Yeah, but the thing is that the time's ticking down.
Right. Now, if Dallas' strategy right now is to let the time tick down.
Delete something and run.
Right. Delete something, get half points on another,
Yeah.
and then see what you can do.
Like, if he can kill this X-Wing
Right.
and get half points on this B-Wing without the shuttle taking too much of a pounding.
Yeah.
One of the things he's got to watch out for, though, is that range 1? I think it is. Could
That is
that be
a great question.
potentially an ion shuttle?
Okay, so here we go. Checking on the shuttle first.
Yep.
Looks like we're going to see that shot. 2 dice out the rear.
So
Into the
can
damaged X-Wing.
he finish off this X-Wing? If he gets a crit,
There's a crit. Might be.
So that no focus on that X-Wing there.
And there's blanks. There goes the X-Wing. Fuel leak goes off.
Fuel leak triggers.
And the X-Wing is down.
So takes a crit and then fuel leak.
Wonder what that crit was. Not particularly important.
Nope.
I'm just going to randomly, I don't know. Maybe a loose stabilizer. Who knows? But that X-Wing is down. That's exactly what Dallas wanted. Now if we get half points on this B-Wing, there's a concussion missile.
It's fine.
Exactly. Thank you, Dion.
So let's see what we've got now. So we're going to have a concussion missile shot
right
into the B-Wing.
Three dice coming in hot. We have a crit and 2 focus.
Do you fire control system or do you spend both?
He only has 1 force.
But do you spend the target lock?
Oh, gotcha. I think you just fire control.
Yeah.
There's 1 hit and 1 crit. That still could be enough for half points.
Yep. If he gets paint, then there we go.
And there's paint. 1 shield down.
Yep.
Dallas is unimpressed.
Mm-hmm. And because there was a damage card on the shuttle, it had to flip.
I must have missed a damn. What? Yeah, no, there shouldn't be any damage cards on there. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that was on the Inquisitor.
No, that was on Redline.
Ah, I did not see Redline had a blinded pilot there.
Well, he doesn't.
Okay.
The reason it was flipped was because of the concussion missiles, because the B-Wing was hit.
I see.
Dallas obviously got confused.
That makes sense. Always forget that part of concussion missiles.
Yep.
So here comes hit, and a crit from the Y-Wing. Or was that from the... So 3 shields.
That must have been from this B-Wing here.
Great natural shot.
Range 1 from the next B-Wing.
We see another good shot.
Yep.
3 more hits coming in. Shuttle with 3 more damage.
Yep, that's going to be half points on the shuttle.
And then that is a range 1.
Mm-hmm. So there's only 1 more damage here that could happen, but it could potentially be ioned.
Because he is rolling 4 dice. If he hits all of those...
Well, there we go.
There it is. It is not ioned.
It's not.
1 more damage, 2 ion tokens. It's extremely close. But it's not ioned yet. Now, I believe that was the last shot. Let's see if he picks up some more dice for that X-Wing in the back. He's got 66 points to 41 points for Dallas. Now, Dallas needs to get 26 to lead Frank. What's the best way he could do that?
So the best way that he can do that is by killing this B-Wing.
Right.
It's going to be really difficult.
It's going to be difficult, but if he is poised to do anything, it is that.
Yeah.
Because he's got Redline coming in here.
Yep.
He's got this Inquisitor coming in there. He just cannot lose the shuttle.
No.
So the shuttle just got to bug out.
So if I was Frank right now.
Absolutely. I mean, this is really exciting because we do have win conditions even here on what could be the final round for both players.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost what I like to see.
Just a little bit of variance either way.
Mm-hmm. I think it's all coming back to Dallas could have a decisive lead at this point in the game if it wasn't for that poor Inquisitor.
Yeah.
I realized I did the whole replay without audio. Game's tied 101-101. I'll be back.
With the hard 2 and the boost, I think this B-Wing might be able to get out of there.
That is assuming Frank sees that quick maneuver, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now we are seeing this come to time, though. My prediction was correct. We are seeing some rebels on that table.
Yep, absolutely.
That's what beefy squads do. Dials are down for all except for one B-Wing. Contemplating that 4 straight.
I mean, he's got lots of options. He can 4 straight. He could even hard 2 this way. Hard 2, barrel roll focus. You've got the gas cloud. You've got the range.
Here comes a 1 bank from the Y-Wing. Just keep an arc on target.
Yep.
Take that focus.
So 3 Talon.
Will that fit? Yeah, that'll fit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Now, fortunately, they're going to do the Talon roll and not the Toronto roll.
Yes, indeed.
And it fits.
There it is. Because it is a proper Talon roll.
Absolutely. So 2K.
There it is. He's being aggressive.
I think he's choosing violence.
Right. Now if the shuttle turns 2 to pilot right, gets out of all those arcs.
Yep, the shuttle would be safe. And would have a shot on this B-Wing.
Yeah.
But, there we go.
There's a 2 Talon roll.
Talon. Is that going to bump? Does it fit? That's going to be so close. I think it bumps.
That's just a turn, not a Talon roll.
Yeah,
and it's a bump. So that gives Redline a great opportunity to come in and mook this B-Wing.
Yep.
But it does mean that the shuttle's going to have a tougher time surviving, even if he does turn out.
Yeah. So, yep, he's turning in that way calls it. If the shuttle turns this way, then, yeah, that B-Wing's still going to have arc.
Can the shuttle get out if he goes 3 bank?
He can, but then you've still got this X-Wing here, and you've got this B-Wing here. Like, it's really tough. Like, what Frank's done there is he's covered his arcs for that shuttle trying to get away. Yeah.
I mean, get range as much as he can, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the other thing he's got to be careful of, if that shuttle is anywhere near this B-Wing, when this Inquisitor fires his concussion missiles.
That's true. Maybe he'll just 3 straight reinforce the rear.
Maybe. Let's see.
Because here it comes.
Just in a 1 bank. Just in a 1 bank.
Frank commenting, that's not what I expected. Not what I expected either.
No, nope.
To be perfectly honest,
nope,
he is in all 3 of those arcs.
Yep, and I think he might even be in range of the Y-Wing.
That's possible. Not nearly fast enough to get out if that's what his objective was.
I think this might be a time to reinforce the rear, but with only 2 hull, like, you're taking...
I mean, you prevented damage.
But you're taking 3 shots.
They could all be blanks.
This is true.
Stranger things have happened. I think that's the best way to ensure, like to try to get...
Well, reinforcing 2nd edition only reduces it to 1.
Right.
And
now,
so
would
he
you
can't
reinforce
stop.
or focus?
He's focusing.
There it is.
Yep. So it does have a hard 3, and it is white.
No, it's a hard 2.
Hard 2.
Crazy Vulcan says, shuttle is lost, chose violence.
Yep.
Right. This red line, I think he's just going to take the focus. Now, Dallas does have every chance of deleting this B-Wing, but, you know, Frank is still in a good position.
Yep.
He's
So
taking a look.
Yep, seeing if he's in range of what he can shoot. So he's taking that X-Wing. So that's timing the round.
So that is the lock
Yeah.
that he was doing after the action, seeing if there was another target.
Yeah, the problem is, because Redline's firing first, is he going to go into the X-Wing or is he going to go into the B-Wing?
I would go into the B-Wing. He's the one that's easiest to knock down. He's the one that's got the follow-up shot.
Is, but it's got this gas cloud here.
Right.
Whereas the Inquisitor and the shuttle could potentially take the B-Wing.
But you have to you have to put all your fire into the B-Wing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's the only chance that he has, right? Because he's behind anyways. Yeah. And there's a big shot.
Yep.
3 hits, roll the target lock.
Spend the lock. Spend focus. Does he remember the crit?
He does not. Nope. All right, there's 1.
So
3 hits go through.
Yep. Again, it's unfortunate that he's forgotten that is
crit.
Is a may, not a must.
Exactly.
And that could have been a direct.
Absolutely. I mean, the direct wouldn't have killed it.
Nope.
But one more hit. It's one more hit. Here it goes. Concussion missile. Final concussion missile.
The problem he's got here is if that's at range 1 of the shuttle, that could do a nasty damage. There we go.
2.
You
fire
spend
control
yep.
or just focus it.
Yep, that's a dead blue squadron.
Even with that evade.
Even with the evade.
All right, so now Dallas is back up 82-66. If he had any chance, this is it. Let's see if variance is in his favor. So, and he can pull that one out.
So not range 1. And the shuttle has still got a shot. But it's only got 2 dice.
Yep. And none of those ships have shields down.
Nope.
He can't do any meaningful damage to that right now. He's just got a range 2 at either of those ships. It doesn't really matter.
Nope.
There he goes. Just blanks anyway.
Yeah. So we've got an X-Wing and a B-Wing.
Yep.
And a Y-Wing.
And they're all unmodded. Is the Y-Wing in range? Out.
Out.
All right, so we got an X-Wing and a B-Wing unmodded.
So
if
do we see the variants?
Do we see the king of all variants? There's hit and a crit.
No.
And there it is. There the shuttle goes down. Stunned pilot is the crit on Colonel Jendon, but it doesn't matter because now Dallas is down by 7 points. And with only rebel shots left, that'll do it.
Yep. Now, he could still get some more points here. He could get half points on Redline.
And MOV is MOV.
Yep.
2 crits.
2 crits.
1 crit. What do we got? Direct hit? Oh, it doesn't matter. It is a direct hit. Yep.
So there's half points.
And now Frank has gotten 41 points over Dallas Parker to bring him to victory here.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at basically the end of the game on table 2 that was happening. We can go ahead and flip over here. So we had if you had missed it, you got Scott versus Ryan here playing. You got Oiken and a couple of Lambdas versus Chewbacca and a couple of Wookiees in this engagement. You got Scott taking on that last Wookiee there at the top of the table. At the end of the game, basically what ends up happening is that Wookiee at the top of the board ends up getting taken out by Oiken. Oiken ends up at 2 hull, and then Scott ends up winning 200 to 129. Excuse my cough, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're in the giveaways. You guys know what time it is. This is GSPN, baby. Gold Squadron Podcast, Gold Squadron Productions, Gold Squadron Forever. Gold Squadron people, that's right. So you might be wondering, Dion, why aren't you commentating? You can probably hear why I'm not commentating. I feel terrible right now. Lots of coughing. I've been been, you know, chugging Dulcim and cough drops and just trying to get through this. So there is going to be a break, a lunch break here. We're back at 4:05. Right, 4:05. Make sure you guys get yourself something to eat. Okay. So if you've never joined us before, after every round we actually do giveaways, okay? So give me a second. Let me go ahead and pull up my giveaway machine so we can do this right, because that's the only way I know how to do it, all right? Of course, I'm pulling up every window except the one I need. Where did my other window go? There she is. All right. So for our giveaways, if you've never participated before, all you got to do is type something in the chat. And what I said in the last round, whatever faction won, we are like top prize for the giveaways was going to be the District Foundry deck holder for that faction. So we're going to do that. Frank Forte did win, so we're going to be giving away that Rebels. And I do need to say thank you to our round sponsor, Curl Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code WORLDS2019 for 15% off. And, of course, our giveaway sponsor, District Foundry. You can check out their awesome 3D printed designs for X-Wing stuff such as trays. We're going to be giving away this commemorative edition giveaway box here. Oh, look at that hand model, Ryan Farmer.
It's right there.
All right, everybody. So we're gonna go ahead and this is the last thing we'll give away. We'll do some cards first. Digging in my box past, the things that I've been box of the past. All right, what do we got here? So this is from Onyx Squadron out of Australia. This is an old Tarok. All right, old Tarok. So remember, if you win, type !win in the chat to make sure you guys get your stuff. All right, here, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Scruffy Rogue 71, congratulations. You are getting the old Tarok. Old Tarok. All right. Next one here is thematic to Game 2, the Table 2, Lieutenant Sai. Okay. Lieutenant Sai is also an Onyx Squadron card. Make sure you guys get lots of screenshots of Ryan Farmer. You can have lots of fun with that. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Who gets Lieutenant Sai? Caloran 6. Now remember.
Caloran 6.
Remember. Sorry, 1 second. If you win, type !win. Fill it. I'm not contagious anymore. I'm just getting all the crap out. Okay. Ryan doesn't believe me. He'll like lick something in the airport and then blame me for getting sick. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. So, oh, that's not the one I was looking for. Here we. Where is it? There we go. Next one, we have a Gold Squadron Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi Ink series card. Who's gonna get it? 3, 2, 1. Get it. Radaran. Now, I know there's a couple people who have asked their friends to come and pick up stuff because they're here. Unfortunately, the rules for FFG said that I as a official media here, am not allowed to hand out anything. I had like new sticker with the new logo on it and all that stuff made up, and they're like, nope, we can't do it. And you know what? I don't want you guys to like write angry letters or anything to FFG. They've done a lot to help us out, getting us to set up, making sure that we can get here. I said, guys, can I bring 3 tables worth of stuff? And they're like, oh yeah, that's fine. And I was like, all right, cool. So little fair. I get it, okay? So I will have to ship it no matter what. So don't have your friends come up to me to ask for your swag. I can't give it to you. But they can come for a hug, though, okay? Next one, Tech Series Moralo Evol. Okay, Tech Series Moralo Evol. Very pretty, like Ryan's face. Very nice. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Get it. Rapum-pum. Rapapum-pum. I wanted to do like the little drummer boy, but that's not quite what it is. Not quite what it is. All right, we'll do one more card, and then we'll do that damage deck. And we're going to go ahead and do a Gold Squadron Nora Wexley. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, roll it. XPOV, congratulations. All right, guys. I want to remind you guys that before we do our last item here, the District Foundry deck holder, I want to remind you guys that when you guys participate in these giveaways, you don't have to pay to be in them. This is just something we do as part of the community. I love giving away stuff, and it's just super fun. Now, if you didn't catch it, during the game, we actually showed off some of the awesome painted ships and figures that we're going to be giving away starting tomorrow. I actually can take a second here and pull that up. Image slideshow. Boom. Okay, but make it fit the screen. There we go. So they're not covering my face. There we go. Can pull that up. There you go. So show off some of those things we're going to be giving away tomorrow. And one more time, thank you so much to District Foundry. Check them out. If you need any of the links to all this stuff, okay, all that will be in the description down below. You can also find it by typing ! Oh man, I made a new command and I forgot the name of it to pull up all that stuff. If you type !DF, you'll get the District Foundry, and !CPC, you'll get Curl Paw Creatives. All right, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? I gotta stop right there. I can't do it anymore. 3, 2, 1, get it. Darth Unlucky. Not today. Not today. Today you're very lucky. You got this. This is yours. You can have it. If you fill out the form, !win, and actually put all your information in there. If you don't put your information in there and it's not correct, you're not getting anything. You'll be sad. So make sure you put it in, all right? All right, guys, we'll be back here at 4:05. Such a weird time. But, yeah, we'll be back at 4:05. I'm going to go try to grab, like, I don't know, like a Pop-Tart or something, and we'll be back.
I'm your host, Ryan Farmer, and we've got a really great game here, round 4, which I will update right now, of the last chance qualifier at here at Minnesota for the X-Wing World Championships. I have my co-host here, Nami Lee. How we doing, Nami?
We're doing pretty good. Looking forward to these 2 matchups. I think it's kind of a throwback. 2 defenders and a Palpatine. I think that's a very 1.0 reminiscent list. And then we have Josh here, who's got 3 Inquisitors and Jendon. And so kind of your old school Empire. We haven't seen a ton of Empire today, at least from what we've seen. And so we've seen a lot of Rebels, Resistance. And so kind of nice to see some Empire and Empire action. We're probably looking forward to a lot of token stacking, a lot of defensive gameplay here. Again, these base Inquisitors are going to be really interesting. As we all know, the Force Point, huge, right? Like, having mods on you at all times, that's awesome. And
Absolutely.
same thing, being able to 4K all the time, having mods all the time. And so, we'll see who's hyper-modified ships take the day, right?
Yeah, and the big thing that I want to point out here is that all 3 of these Inquisitors have sense, but this may be the one squad where sense really isn't that useful because we all know what the defenders are going to do.
Yeah, so I won Delta Squadron pilots base just with HLCs and Palpatine.
Yeah.
Look, it's going to be straight 4K.
4K all
3
day.
straight 4K
And
all
even if
day.
they know, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So I think both of these players are probably, for the easy points, going to be targeting the opposing player's shuttle.
Yeah.
Like if that's what they can do to kind of take the easy points, that's what they'll do. And so Josh's shuttle is worth 57 points, whereas Matt's is 54.
And I think the key here is there's a little bit more there's a little bit offensive tech on each side, right?
Yeah.
Matt's got HLCs on both of his
Correct.
ships. The 3 versus the 2 ships here is going to be important because, again, we're taking concussion missiles and sense. Again, sense maybe not too big of a play here,
Right.
but FCS for sure, right?
Absolutely.
And so we've got some offensive firepower on each side. It'll be interesting. We talked in our last game, take what they give you, right?
Yes.
And it'll be the same thing here. Who slow rolls with their shuttle first? Who gives up someone first? Does Josh say, hey, I'll give you this 46-point Inquisitor.
Right.
But if I can get modded shots with my conch missiles onto, our defender or Palp shuttle, free points for me, I'm looking to win that trade. Or do both players just opt out and say, I don't have to come to you?
Yeah.
All right, everybody at home, it's time to choose your champion. Type 1 or 2 in the chat. Go ahead and choose your champion.
And as you guys are choosing your champion, you just heard Dion say that, we're getting prepped. Obviously, the FFG is keeping to a tight schedule, so dials are getting down. 69 minutes left. Nice. And we've got, I think, I'm interested to see where the engagements are happening. So these guys here, they're not going to go straight into this rock, obviously, but I don't know where each player wants things to happen. Matt wants to keep nice, clean lanes so that he can 4K as much as possible.
Matt really likes. I think this is pretty good for Matt.
That's a
right
really
here,
good
right?
spot.
Like,
yeah.
If Matt can kind of dance in that space, you've got these 3 gas clouds versus the 3 rocks, so that'll be fun to see how that plays.
Right.
Because again, Matt doesn't really care about the gas.
No.
It's almost like if I 4K onto them, good.
Sure.
That type of thing.
So and don't forget, I believe after you do a 3 or 4, 5 speed maneuver with these defenders, you just want to double check something on them. You could still evade if you go over the cloud because all the clouds do is make you skip your perform action step.
Right.
I could be wrong about that though. I'm sure the chat will tell me if it's wrong. Dion's saying I'm right. So you can still take that evade if you do a 4K over the gas cloud. One thing that traditionally defenders have a little bit of an issue with is pumping out offense, which is why I really like the savvy play by Matt to just toss those HLCs on them, because defenders can have an issue really punching through, something even like these Inquisitors with these 3 agility, but with that extra die, it makes a difference if they can get those bullseyes.
Yeah, and that's really the key is, right? I think the idea for Matt is if he can get in 4K, and then the Inquisitors have to 4K, and then he's looking at mods and they aren't. That's an engagement he's looking at. Also, the barrier for damage, 2 points for Matt on each one of these Inquisitors just to get half, right?
Sure.
If we're looking into a scrappy game, that's going to matter.
Sure.
And and Josh has to do 4, right, just to get to that same amount. Now it's worth a little bit more, right? But he still has to do more damage behind those token stack.
Yeah, and you want to look at the cost of each ship, right? So each one of these one of these Inquisitors has is missing fire control system. That's yellow. But otherwise, it's 48, 48, 46, and each of these defenders is 73. So, you are looking at, it's a weird sort of half points sort of situation, because if Matt destroys one of these Inquisitors, but then, and loses half a defender, okay,
Yeah.
If he takes out Jendon and an Inquisitor, loses half a defender and Psy, he's probably okay.
Yeah. And I think we
or
have
not
a
Psy,
use
sorry, the Omicron.
Yeah. We have a use of Jendon here, right? Like charge has been flipped.
Yes.
We're taking target locks here on the unmarked, the non-pink, not number pink.
Yeah,
right.
Unmarked for sure.
So I think the target here is pretty clear, at least the threat of it, right?
Right.
On Josh's side, we have both shuttles lined up. Granted, they're facing 45s as they usually are, but it'll be interesting to see if someone peels off, if someone stops. Everyone's probably gonna stop.
I think Josh is just going to gun for the Omicron.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to say, I'm going to joust. This is my plan. I'm going to come at this shuttle, and I don't believe in these locks. I'm just saying that right now.
Well, the split locks is always interesting, right?
Yeah.
I didn't talk about 3 versus 1.
Sure.
I3 versus I1. It's
Right.
going to make the difference. If you PS kill a defender, that's really tough to come back
Absolutely.
Because time pumping out the damage, right?
Yeah.
Once if you kill a defender,
Mhm.
then you can just focus on getting half on the shuttle, just taking your time and just kind of grinding that,
Right.
right?
Right. So yeah, you have to be really cognizant of all times,
Yeah.
like always with defenders, especially now more than ever, is ensuring you get your token stack. You do not want to be left in a situation where you've bumped or you made a mistake and you can't get your tokens, because they're necessary to keep your very expensive 73-point ships alive.
Right, and a lot of people, 3 agility, you always expect some pain on 3 agility, right? Even 4 if you're having a gas cloud. But if you leave yourself without mods, we say it every single game, it seems like, but you have to have mods, or else you're letting variance take the wheel a little bit. You're saying, okay, well, if I blank out, I blank out. And that's not a position you ever want to be in.
Right, exactly.
I think you mentioned Matt wants to go after Josh's shuttle, but I think this play here to come around like this, is probably, they're looking to the same thing, right?
100%. He's doing kind of a delayed deployment here, slowing the game down a bit, and he's going to get his Inquisitors in front of his shuttle and just come in for this joust and try to take it out. And I'm really interested to see if Matt opts in for the joust, or if he just decides that's not something he wants to be a part of.
Listen, if I know Matt, he loves to joust.
Sure.
He didn't bring these defenders to not joust.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's fine. And I think he's just going to take whatever. And don't forget about HLC. Just because he has HLC, it doesn't necessarily mean that he needs to, if he has the bullseye, he doesn't have to use that bullseye. If the bullseye is obstructed and, sorry, I better draw this. Let's say this bullseye was there's a rock here, and that's obstructed, and the ship the large base is here. He can still fire 4 dice using this sight line. He just needs to have bullseye to fire HLC. Did that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Well, I got to tell you, Ryan, I think we're looking at an old-fashioned joust.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
The old-fashioned joust.
I don't think there's any questioning of where these players want to be right now.
No. And I think that Joshua has a really important distinction he needs to make right now, too, having those split locks. I think that he needs to decide, okay, am I going to change one of my locks to something else? Am I going to actually just pivot and go with a defender? I'm really curious about that.
Well, I think he might have a shot on the defender. I don't think so.
Not right now, I don't think. But
well, and the other two, if he doesn't have shots now, Matt can just hit the gas, right? He has no problem just going the 5 straight here.
Yeah.
And you see similar movements from both Lambda shuttles, right? So both Lambda shuttles just coming out those 45-degree angles.
Totally fine.
How do I support, that type of thing. Kind of hang back a little bit. Palp on both sides. We haven't seen a palp on palp game in a long time as well.
For sure. Highly defensive.
Highly defensive, yeah.
But it's going to take all the secondary weapons, I believe, is going to be the turn. How well do these concussion missiles perform? How well does the heavy laser cannon perform, We're just jousting. We're just going at it, baby.
Well, I'm a little concerned for Josh here because Matt can come in so fast.
Yeah.
And can neutralize basically those concussion missiles, right? I mean, you'll take the range ones.
Right.
But I think ideally you want to take some shots at
Hey, guys, just a little correction for something that was said there. Because, we just backing people up. So if the HLC is in the bullseye, you measure obstruction from bullseye as well, from whatever weapon. You measure obstruction from the arc of the weapon you're choosing. So if it's a HLC, if the bullseye is not obstructed, then the shot would not be obstructed. So just clear that up.
Put him on the rock? No, maybe
No,
not.
I don't think so, yeah.
I
Either
think-
way, I think he wants to take up this space.
I think he just does a 3 forward with number pink.
And then he just kind of guns it as fast as he can
Yeah.
here and see where he... Well, it depends. If he really wants the shuttle, he can have it.
Oh, the quad blank out. Takes an evade.
Oh.
1 shield off of pink.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Crazy. So
There it is,
pink's
yeah.
going to take 1. I'm actually going to move pink down 1.
That just comes
rough,
there, yeah.
rough start.
Was that a concussion missile shot?
No, it was just a 2-dice shot. So he'll fire back. Gets 3 in return.
Evade force here for Josh.
Yes.
Is gray.
Evade force palp.
Oh, yeah. Seems okay.
You got the evade, got the force, which he'll get back.
Yeah.
Really hard to punch through. He needs 3 blanks there to do a damage.
Oh, that's such a bummer on the defense dice there. Because you're thinking 2 versus 4.
Yeah.
Back
You're
into
fine,
3
yeah.
versus 4.
Yeah.
Generally, that's
That's
you
a
would
wash,
do that all
you
the
know?
time, right? Like, yeah.
Yep.
And so 1 damage. Again, not the end of the world.
Well, obviously not something you want to see. Every damage on these defenders is precious
Yeah.
because even half on them is so much. It's
Yeah.
almost as worth as one of these Inquisitors. That just that's just feels bad.
It does.
And now Josh can say, hey, maybe I smell blood in the
Maybe
water.
I just take it easy, and we're just going to take primaries wherever we can get onto pink, right?
Right? Yeah, we go hard into pink. But the good news about the deltas is that the I-1 is almost an advantage in a lot of ways when you're sending your dials, because with these I-1s, you can guarantee you do moves where you're not getting blocked.
Yeah, so Matt's not getting blocked, right?
No.
Like, unless he wants to bump into something,
Yeah.
he shouldn't be bumping
And
into
what
anything.
Josh can do to kind of block the K-turns that Matt would do, kind of use its big booty and just get it in the way.
God, even Jendon's worth 3 points more. This will be tough either way.
Well, Jendon being worth 3 points more is kind of advantageous for Matt there, because if they trade shuttles, it works out better for Matt. But
you're right.
it's still, Matt needs to squeeze every ounce of firepower. He needs to get all 3 guns on one of these Inquisitors, I think.
Well, some of the hardest parts is, if he doesn't roll paint sometimes and he's doing focus
Yeah.
evade all the time, that can
Yeah.
be a challenge. We saw that in our
Yeah.
last game with Chewbacca, where it was like mods, or even if they didn't have
Right.
target lock.
So I
Right.
think what you can do here is I think what the OGP can do is roll up with a 1 bank, coordinate a focus to one of them, let
Right.
them roll up, get the evade, and then lock. So you have
Right.
a focus lock on that first
Exactly.
engage, at
Now,
least with one of them.
Do you do that on pink? I think so,
I
right?
think you
Because
do
you
it on
want to make
pink,
sure
yeah.
yeah.
I think you do it on pink, and you just go aggressive. And, like, if they're shooting at your shuttle, that's fine.
Right. And these are nice looking ships too.
Oh,
nice
both
paint jobs,
players, yeah, really good-looking ships all around. That's one of my favorite parts about coming to Worlds and being in this room is seeing all the love and care people have put into their squads. The custom cards, the custom paint jobs. Everyone has come with their A game to this.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the underrated aspects of the community is every time you go to Worlds or a big event like this,
Yeah.
you always walk away with stuff. People just
Sure.
hand them out to you like, hey, man, I have this from, this is
thing.
my squadron
Yeah.
back home and stuff like that. Do you want to trade or would you like some?
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And there's I think it's a 4 or 5. He's
like
just
a
getting,
5, yeah.
just getting in their face.
Just getting in the face,
Yeah.
takes the evade for sure. And then we'll see if he locks or focuses here. He takes the focus, yeah.
So the coordinate thing was wrong because the shuttle goes after them, but you could still potentially.
You can still get the coordinate here.
Oh wait, no, that's out of order, I think.
No, they're all I-1s.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
So I was right.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yes. Easy.
Well, if you want to be wrong, you can be wrong.
No, it's okay.
It's boost.
Oh, coordinate the boost, power
Yeah.
play. Good move. Good move.
And then takes the 3 bank here after
really,
the boost.
really
yeah.
strong play.
Oh, now he's got that. I mean, he at worst he has that shuttle, right?
And he's got the 4K wide open,
Yeah.
too.
The one on the left is a little suspect, the unmarked one,
Sure.
because you might hit the.
Oh,
the
yeah,
shut-
yeah. I mean, the
that
pink
one's
4,
tough.
the pink 4K
Oh
is
yeah, the pink
totally
one
in
4
play. Yeah.
4K is online now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see how Josh approaches this.
That's so funny that he has 3 senses that are just like, oh, I
Nope.
guess.
No need,
Sense
right?
this.
Yeah.
You see this coming?
It's sense tech.
Yeah, it's almost like the things are happening so fast that it's like really good boost there. I don't think Josh saw that coming.
Yeah, he kind of tries to take it slow here.
Yeah.
I think he misses everyone on this. And then there's no reposition that'll
No.
allow him.
No, he could boost forward.
Oh, but he's taking a range 3, maybe obstructed shot,
Yeah.
even if he has the 45-degree angle arc, right?
Yeah. Well, I think you might consider boosting to the right to open up the hard turn the
Yeah.
next turn. So if you boost this way, next turn you can do a 1 hard and get yourself, see?
Yeah.
And get yourself back around at least. Always got to think around ahead if you can.
Well, especially if you know you're not going to get shots.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And if you're not going to get shot, period.
And like he can take a 1 shot from the shuttle, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. All right, let's see what white is doing.
2 straights, it looks like a board here.
Yep.
And he's going to.
That bump is big though.
Yeah.
Only has a force, and he's going to take a range 1 shot probably there from the unmarked defender.
And then let's see if this is a 2 straight as well. I think it is.
I
yeah.
think that might be another bump.
Yeah.
Really good play by Matt here. Maybe Joust wasn't sure if Matt did a 5 forward, if that would block.
Yeah, because there's 2 ways
yeah.
to approach this, right?
Yeah.
Matt could have gone a little slower.
Yeah.
Unlikely, but could have. Or he could have just gone
Yes.
quick like that.
Yeah.
And I think with defenders players, you keep it simple, right?
Exactly.
You make sure
Keep
you get
it
the
simple,
advantage.
stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, and now I think this
And
opens up the 4K next round.
It opened. Oh, it's so close. I think he
that's
gets
really
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, you can actually. This is a solvable thing. You can count the base lengths
Yeah.
if they're bumped like that. So, a large base is worth 2 base lengths, and a small base obviously 1 base length. And then for the speed, your 4K is so 2, 3. So 4 is greater than 3. So more than likely, as long as this is close to flush, that 4K will easily
Right.
clear.
Well, I think this is interesting too because I think he bumps the his own Inquisitor, which means
Yes.
these 2 shots are online. What we talked about earlier
Yeah.
in the front, the easiest points you can get
Yeah.
are probably off the
Yeah.
the shuttles, right?
Agree.
So it'll be interesting to see if he takes both shots on the shuttles or takes 1 shot at the Inquisitor. I think you take the 2, right?
Man, it's really tough. So my gut is telling me I'd love to take those shots at that 1 range 1 shot at that Inquisitor there, just because he only has a force.
Right.
But you're absolutely correct. You need to take both shots at the
Yeah.
shuttle, because then your shuttle can follow up on it the next turn.
Right.
And if you get a really good hit here with 8 dice, your shuttle can end up finishing it off next turn potentially.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's shoot this Inquisitor first. Looks
Yeah,
like we're going gray to defender.
Yeah. Now, if he does spend the force here for whatever reason, right?
That might inform
Yeah,
some decision
sure.
making, right? So
3 natty hits
yeah.
on.
This is our unmarked friend.
Yeah. So I think he'll probably spend Palp here.
Yes, he does.
Yep. Spends his evade, spends
And
Palp.
Palp.
That's fine. No damage.
Yeah.
On a
Keeps
really
the
good
focus
roll.
for offense. Yeah. Keeps the force for defense too.
Yeah, the gray Inquisitor.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think Jendon's going to potentially take a shot here. Seeing if he has the shuttle. Oh, no. Orange is seeing if he has the shuttle.
I think otherwise no shots there. It'll be close, but I think it's just out
Yeah,
from our
I think
angle.
it's just out, yeah. That's good for Matt. Conserving that damage, and probably wouldn't be able to do damage back on the Inquisitor anyway. What's really fun now is he can still do cool coordinate things with his shuttle next turn.
Right, yeah. This looks like he's taking a range 3.
Ooh.
2 hits.
Rolling on fire for Josh.
to match.
Two
oh,
of
two
eights. Man.
What are mods? We need 'em.
We need neither player, yeah.
And then shuttle onto the hurt.
Well, this one's fine.
Onto the pink, right?
Oh, was he going into pink? Oh, maybe. No, he's going to the one he token stripped. So he's going to take one shield off of the other Delta, the unmarked one.
So now Josh, Matt, pink into Delta. Oh, yeah, this is.
Oh!
He gets the 4.
It's very strong play. Who needs mods?
I think Josh needs mods there.
So all 4 shields off the shuttle immediately.
Yeah. And he's got the second shot here.
Yeah, he does.
With focus.
Yep.
That's okay. That's pretty good.
Hit, crit.
You're going to get that in there.
Another blank.
It takes hit, crit.
Into Jendon. Hit, and then this is a crit.
Wounded pilot. So pretty good turn there for Matt, I'd say, yeah.
I mean, yeah. He's still not done. Still got his shuttle shot, that Inquisitor.
He's just going to take the range 3. I think that's all he has. No big deal.
No, just one. Probably won't be anything.
Let's see if we can get something.
One.
Yeah, it's fine. No problem. That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's what happened to Matt early on in the first round. I was like, well, I guess I will take one.
Yeah, so really interesting. So Matt is able to get, 7 damage on the Jendon and traded a shield.
And he might finish it off with his own shuttle.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That
well, he might finish off with the defenders here, right? The 4K's online.
Mm-hmm. Well, the good news is what you can do next round is you can one bank to the left with Jendon to ensure, or with the Omicron, that you can get a shot here, and you focus up and you let this take the first shot at the shuttle.
Yeah.
And then if you kill it, then you can use your defenders to follow up on something else. Or conversely, you can do it in any kind of order. Let's say you 4K here, right? And you take an HLC shot here, and then this guy can take a 4-dice shot at one of these guys.
Right.
Matt's done a really good job going super fast.
Well, it's all about the opening, right? So
Yeah.
Josh kind of got right outside of range 3.
Right.
And then with the defenders, I mean, they're built to go fast anyway.
Right.
He's just going to rush in and go, okay, I'm just going to go past you. We're going to exchange range 1 shots. I feel better about my range 1 shots than you do. Yeah.
Something that we don't always talk about anymore is the kind of the art of the joust, because we don't do a lot of head-on jousting as much anymore in X-Wing. It's not something we really talk about a whole ton, but there is a legitimate skill to engaging your opponent, jumping a range band, going from range 4 into range 1 like Matt did. That's not an easy skill, and it does take practice. Some players can make it look easier, but if the difference had been let's say Josh moved from was able to jump from quote-unquote range 6 into range 3, and the first engagement was range 3, and he got 3 concussion missiles off into a defender, that's much different, right?
Well, and we almost talk about jousting like a bad thing, right? And
yeah.
Granted, there is a lot of X-Wing is just, hey, let's just
line
head
up
on,
and roll dice,
head on, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Of course.
But at the end of the day, it's about knowing rule of 11. I remember in 1.0 when I was playing a lot of jousting lists, it took a lot of work to okay, I want to engage here, and how do I do that? Do I do that head on? Do I do that around a corner? Do I do that separately, together? All the sort of decision making that you don't see physically happening on the table, manifests into a decision, right? That has to be correct, or else you just, it seems like you just don't have an option here, right? And we're talking as if Josh might be out of the game, but he isn't, right? And I have no idea what Matt's saying there. Hi, Nami. Hi. Hi, Matt.
And by no means is Josh out of the game, at all. He hasn't done any damage to the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
We're just saying in terms of that opening engagement working in Matt's favor, that it's very much now Josh has to decide, maybe I just go all in on his shuttle now.
Well, that's the thing is
we just go shuttle for shuttle.
We're looking here, the Inquisitor. Let's just attack the shuttle, right?
Yeah.
We're in pretty good position to do so. We can lock if we need to. We can do all sorts of things.
And he still has his locks on the deltas too. So what he can do is, maybe it's really interesting what he does, because what he could do is he could just bump with his shuttle.
All right, fam, we're going to go ahead and hit up replay here. We got on table 1, we have Stefan Gunner versus Kento. Let's go ahead and take a peek here. All right. So right now we got Stefan flying Whisper and Rack versus Kento with Kylo Ren and 4 FOs. Excuse me, 2 FOs and 2 SFs and an FO. And right here in this engagement, see the first engagement here, you got a little Kylo versus Whisper action. And it's just looking to see what the advantage is here. You also see that the Decimator does have a shot there. I want to remind you guys that we are flipping back and forth here. We've got replays for each table here. But looks like we're trying to get that first blood there, and it's not quite going to happen. And Whisper is getting shot now by Kylo. Let's go ahead and take a peek here. Only 1 hit. Spend that lock. Might get first blood here. And not today, unless he has the force. Does he have a force there? He's going to go ahead and spend. Actually, sorry, he's going to spend that evade token. So there we go. That is, we got the SFs here. All right, getting that first shot. We'll come back here and check on this game in a little bit. Looks like Joshua and Matt are starting to move those ships again. Let's go ahead and head back.
Josh will have to do is he'll have to spread them out.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal with the Inquisitors because once they get spread out, the offensive output plummets because it's really hard to get your time on target up.
Yeah, because you usually want, spend some time stripping tokens, getting shields down, maybe get a crit in there, things like that.
Because as the Inquisitor player, you're usually used to having the most, resilient thing on the board.
Good call here on the 1 hard.
When you played X-Wing as long as I have.
I think it comes across in our commentary which ships we play a lot and which ones we don't, right?
That last game, we had no idea what was going on.
Purely based on just the calls and the accuracy of the calls. Like, oh, yeah, he's going to 4K here. First of all, everyone's got that one down. We're all good on that one.
That was not a hard call. Didn't exactly play the lottery on that one. No, I think that like the last game we had just all these large bases and like slow moving. I had no idea what was happening the whole time. This one, I've seen these Inquisitors played a little bit more, and I think it's good that Red probably knows he's not super getting shot at. He wants to get out of that HLC just in case. Oh, but maybe put himself inside another one or clear out the way for his shuttle. So it's probably a focus barrel roll there.
And it looks like that one has lock on pink.
Yes.
And so the concussion missiles may not be in play there?
Maybe. They can shoot those concussions quite a few times, so it's not like something they need to like worry about saving. Yeah, focus. Focus barrel roll. I think he's going to move.
Oh, he's going to mark.
Yeah, mark for.
I was like, you just
gray.
barrel rolled.
Yeah.
3 bank? Yeah.
Already trying to like spread himself out.
Rank here. It'll be interesting to see if he takes on the shuttle with the 1 Inquisitor, because that could be a. He could instead switch targets based off this, right?
And so he'll just boost.
Because the threat isn't there on his OGP anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
And I'm curious to see what Orange did. If he did like a 2 forward, then he'd be able to boost and perhaps split that reinforce. So Red's in a decent spot. And then we're going to see what Orange is going to do.
I think we're going to mark Red here again for the shuttle, maybe. Coming into those rocks, okay. Following the other Inquisitor.
Right. Well, we're going to see if we have
we're
going to see if we have a bump. Definitely clipped the cloud, so no action. But
oh, and then we've got to put the ship down, right?
Yeah. So I think he may have bumped. Yeah, so we're going to railroad.
We're going to walk it back now.
Which that
actually works out well.
We got a special giveaway at the end of this round. Dion was just showing me. Very excited about it. Something he dug from the depths of the beyond, the great beyond.
Are those all prizes? Those boxes?
Yeah,
that
boxes
right by
are
our
just
screen?
giveaway prizes. Not prizes, giveaways.
Giveaways, yeah.
Giveaways, gifts.
It always pays to watch Gold
It
Squadron.
does always. It's a golden part of Gold Squadron. Yeah, so the shuttle's just not moving.
Yeah, the shuttle, yeah, he's
Literally staying
blocked
right
in.
there. And then I think that's what he wanted, though. If he couldn't make that bank, I think he was good staying right there. So here's the 3 forward. And I don't interested to see
I
if
kind of don't like him getting shot here.
well, the boost left may be the way to go if it fits. Might be tight though.
Yeah, I think he just boosts forward, right?
Depends on how gutsy you are. If
Yeah.
you think that boost left fits or not. I don't think it does though.
It doesn't look like on our angle.
No, it doesn't look like it. So you probably just need to boost forward, and
Not even, bro.
not even.
Not even, right?
Not even. So I think you do need to boost forward, and you don't want to take a range 1 shot from the shuttle there.
Well, you only do if the other 3 ships are in the
Right.
same position.
No,
right?
totally.
But I
they're not.
think we've shown our hand, or Josh has shown his hand and said, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of this. I think he's got a boost. If he can
Evade.
get out of
Oh,
it.
he's
Okay,
gonna
takes the
evade.
evade.
It's fine.
Yeah. Force evade. An unmodified range
Yeah.
1, yeah.
So no shot. Range 1.
So looking at the range 1 there, and he's got shots with red back as well. He's going to take the red.
I was doing red first. Okay.
Yeah. Does he have concussion missiles here?
He
He
does.
thinks, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he will do concussion probably onto one of these defenders, see if he can get lucky and plink another damage through.
Let's see if he flips one over.
Try and decide.
You see him counting the damage on his Jindin.
Yeah.
So the
I think
concussion.
this is the concussion shot. Pretty good. So that's red. Ooh.
Oh, and just focuses,
Got to
yeah.
spend the focus, yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah. So he's shooting that into pink, but so red, 1 concussion down.
And I think we're going to go yellow here or orange. Nothing?
Let's. Yeah, probably just leave it. Leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it.
I think we would. Oh, the palp. Okay.
Okay. So take 1 off
Yes.
of Omicron because reinforced can't mitigate everything.
Yep.
And then I think range 1 there. 1.
Has to spend the evade.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah. Now he's got the token stripped, so
Yeah.
that works out okay.
Sure did.
Now, do you shoot with the shuttle here first if you're Matt?
Mm,
No, I think at this point, I think he
I think
just
you
takes
shoot. No, you shoot with pink first, in my opinion, because you've got I think an HLC shot on orange. So 2. I don't know who. I think that may have been black going into. He spent palp there. So 1 evade. So 1 damage into Jindin. 2 left. Oh, he spent the focus.
Spent the focus, okay, yeah.
So let's see what pink's got. Oh, he's going.
OGB, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Range 2, looks like. Just 1. Blank
Range
out.
3, yeah, takes another.
One left on Jindin.
I think he has 1 more shot here on
I think
pink.
he does too.
Takes the range 1, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta finish it off. That'll do it.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. I know he would have liked to fire somewhere else, but
No problem there.
hit crit.
Yeah.
Dead. And
So
that
yeah, first one down is is Josh's Lambda.
which is what you kind of have to go to. You can't waste all that
Yeah.
time if you can going after these Inquisitors.
How's it going, everybody? I want to remind you guys that here at Gold Squadron Podcast, we're covering multiple games at once. Our editor Justin is putting clips together, guys, so that we can talk about what's happening in that other game when planning and stuff happens like that. I want to remind you all that today's stream is brought to you by Curl Paw Creatives. And you might be wondering, Dion, why aren't you behind the mic on one of these games? Well, first, I have amazing people who are here to help me, but also I'm not feeling great. I don't know if you guys can tell. I've been coughing my head off. You might even hear it in the mics in the other games. But just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like the tokens that you see here on the table by Curlpaw, please go ahead and visit them. Use that coupon code WORLDS2019 for any order, small or big. You can get your acrylic token needs, and one of the newest things they have out there are the colored ARC ID tokens. You can get any letter, symbol, or even your team logo, podcast logo, whatever you want on those things, and it has a solution for every single base size: small, medium, large, turreted, small base, medium base, large base, and even epic. So go ahead, take a look at those. If you guys have any questions, you guys can let me know. And if you need the link to Curl Paw Creatives, then we can drop it in the chat. All right, we'll be back here in a little bit. Let's head back to the table.
You can just shut your brain off for. You do need to kind of set these up a little bit.
Yeah.
Once you get in the setup, you can just sort of 4K strafe or whatever.
Right.
But it does take a little bit of like, okay, how do I set this up so that I'm in a good spot to do this?
I think when I first started playing Defenders, it was so difficult. And again, it's one of those things where I had mentally tricked myself into thinking 4K. Yeah, 3 straight 4K.
Yeah.
It really, I mean, it is that easy, but only, like you said, if you get the prep right.
Right.
Right, like once you get that down, you're fine. But if you ignore your approach, you ignore your prep, and you put yourself in compromising positions, it doesn't really matter if you 4K, if you take 4 shots, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what Josh does here. This one is in a tough position of either going here, right?
Yeah.
Or just kind of coming in like that.
Going over the
This
cloud.
one kind of is in no man's land as well.
Yeah.
Granted, I think that's why you like the hard stop here. And this guy's stressed.
Yep.
So this becomes a little bit harder, right?
Yeah.
Can only be certain
So many
places,
options. Yeah. Josh does not have a slew of great places to be.
Yeah.
But one great place to be is on the website, curledpawcreatives.com.
As you can see, all these tokens were brought to us by curledpawcreatives.com. We have a great streaming setup here, and they've done a great job of supporting us. This is probably the most ambitious stream I've been a part of, and so they've got a promo going on this week. Worlds 2019 promo code for 15% off.
15% off all of your acrylic needs. Big
all your acrylic needs. I think they have T-shirts too. I think they're pretty nice. Yeah.
They do have T-shirts. They've got metal coins now.
They've got metal coins for your board games, and so
pretty incredible.
Everything you're seeing is Curl Paw Creatives, and so if you like what you see, go ahead and check it out at curledpawcreatives.com. It helps us out when you use our promo code.
Absolutely. And this is just 3 forward defenders doing what they do.
Yep. Focus evade. Focus evade.
That's right.
Kind of stick to your guns. You know, it's.
Yeah.
It may come off as we're being, we're looking down on it, but it's really, if that's what your strength is,
that's what the squad does. You do what the squad does.
Exactly, yeah.
And let's not forget that they've got HLC, so they just are making death beams, and it's hard. It's easy necessarily to get away from 1. It's not always easy to get away from 2 when it makes kind of that conga line. A good block here.
Goes for the 1 hard here. It's going to bump. It's going to move up a little bit. He will clear the stress, though.
Going for the ship mark just to be precise.
Yep. I don't think there's any way this fits, but he just wants to make sure. So the OGP is going to have a good shot here, right?
I mean,
OGP
unmodded,
for sure.
but don't forget the other Palp's off the table for Josh and still on the table for Matt.
Right.
So that range 1, at least you're getting one of those focuses modified. So that 1 forward was probably pretty good. So yellow trying to get out of dodge.
Yeah, and kind of like out of the game for a little bit.
Well, at least that means that you could potentially – it's hard to get away from the defenders, right?
Yeah.
It's just tough to, like, get away from them. Get away from me.
So he's going to try to break off again, but I don't know if he'll be able to reset, right?
Yeah.
I think the idea is good. It's the way I don't know if you're going to be able to reset. Yeah, he's going for a full reset here on his board. Oh, actually, Talon's here.
That's smart. Got to get the guns back around. You could probably Talon with orange next turn. No, not Talon. That's stupid. But at least like hard turn with orange to get around that cloud next turn. You need to make defenders get away from like. That's why I'm really surprised Josh decided that like, you know what, this is fine. Like in my opinion, one of the better places to kind of take on defenders is if you can force them into positions of needing to like turn and like chase in different angles.
I think the engage would have been interesting. Oh, and we have shots. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's
gonna be Josh. I think that's the range one here.
Range one. Clear, evaded, no problem. By Matt, didn't spend any tokens.
Josh might have a shot there on the shuttle.
He does.
Range 3, unobstructed.
That's good. That was good Talon there.
1 into 2 dice. Seems fine.
Easy.
Nice.
Easy peasy.
And then no other shots.
Doesn't look like it, no. So Matt gets his choice of where to go. For 2 onto Red Inquisitor. Does have a force.
Spent the
So 2.
Oh yeah, 2. No problem there.
And then I don't know if he has shots with the other 2. It doesn't look like it. So all in all, pretty good defensive round by Josh.
Yeah, he kind of mitigates it to 1, right? Kind of banks on the unmodded Lambda.
Totally.
Okay, yeah. Now, if you're Matt here, do you chase after the Gray Inquisitor?
I don't think you chase after Gray. I think you have a good shot at going after Red, actually, because you could.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and go to another replay from our other table. Here we have, let's see what we got going here. So again, we had Stefan Gutter versus Kento. Oh, whoops. Let's actually go back to the table here for a second. That's not supposed to be doing that. Sorry, guys. Appreciate your patience. Again, today's broadcast, very, very new. Lots of new things we're doing. Let's go ahead. Let's try that again. That wasn't supposed to be that fast. Okay. Here we go. What is happening? All right, so in this matchup, we got Stefan Gutter versus Kento. You see Rack firing here onto the Epsilon. Sorry, Rack going into the red Zeta and taking it off the board.
Attention, excellent last chance qualifier players. We have 30 minutes remaining in round 4. 30 minutes remaining in round 4, the X-Wing last chance qualifier.
We had another attack here. Oof. Whisper taking down the Epsilon Squadron Cadet down to 2 hull. So right now, Stefan Gutter leading 45-0 in their matchup. We'll be back here in a little bit to check out how things are going. Oh, there's Ken. Let's go back to table 2.
I think he's just might be staying in place.
I think they're going to mark. They had a template
yeah.
underneath, yeah. 3 bank, kind of coming after Gray here, yeah.
This is a really smart call.
Focus evade, no problem, right?
Easy peasy. Looks like he avoids the cloud. Doesn't overlap it. Because it's just the crab claw.
Yeah.
So it's something like that.
Crab claw.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know what the community names are, but I think one's like the crab claw, and one is like the bacon. Is
There's
that
a bacon one?
Is that what this one is? This is the bacon. I've heard people call it the pepper. What's the other one? What's this one?
What's top left?
Ice cream? What? Ice cream cone? That is an ice cream.
Is that an ice cream cone? I don't believe you.
I don't know. Interesting.
All right, looks like Matt's moving out with his shuttle here. Looks like he's going to clear that.
Yeah, I think he will.
Shots from behind.
That's actually a really good move, too, because it could potentially block red for a little longer, too. Look at the exhaust coming from. Look at this.
That's beautiful, by the way. Yeah.
It's just really coming around there.
I love our use of color. Dion's looking over at us like he's just shaking his head.
Oh, man, look at the – you see, if you really know what's going on, the defender's just going to pew, 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 pew.
The defender lasers are green, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Looks like I think we just put a lockdown. Oh, he coordinated the lock. So the coordinate here
Sure did.
into the lock. And again, he's taking this forward and saying, okay.
4K, baby.
4K, yep.
Because he's hoping he can block red. Because that guy's in no danger being shot at.
Yeah. Surprised he kind of doesn't take a target lock there, right, on red?
That is interesting, but.
Oh, and red goes around the other way.
Nice.
Okay.
It's fine. Next turn, he can just 4K.
He's going to come back
just
around.
come back around. It's fine.
I have played games where all I've done is 4K. Matt's just looking.
Mike just looks at us.
You just do it again. And so he's got the talent here, actually.
He does, yeah.
Stress down. He carries his force with him.
This is a good opportunity for Matt, though, if he wants to maybe plink damage in a red. But don't forget, red, I believe, has a lock on him. So
I think red spent the lock earlier on the concussion, didn't he?
might have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because red's the only one that's used it.
Let's see what Gray decides to do.
Gray's
here.
in a tough spot here.
Well, HLC is on line.
Yeah. He's got it. He just takes the evade. He knows
Yeah.
I'm not going to dodge out of it. Yeah.
No.
We'll see if this is also a talent. So now it's a one hard over.
He could boost up, though, if he wanted.
Is he going to get the shot onto number pink?
I think he does if he boosts, if he wants to do that. He might just want to, like, keep it cagey. I think you might. It's tough.
He might try to block a 4K.
Yeah, he could. I think that's what this move does, actually. I'd have to count base lengths, but I'm pretty sure that blocks the 4K.
Yeah.
The combination of both of them, it's tight. I mean, 1, 2, 3.
This is the most scientific method.
4. Clearly, very close.
From our angle, it looks like it gets really close to block, or at least
Yeah.
close to comfort, right?
I mean, the other thing is, like, if you fail, like, depending on it, sometimes it's not the worst.
Yeah. So here we go. He's going to take a concussion.
Where is he firing into? Sorry.
It looks like red is firing a concussion, yeah.
Okay, red firing a concussion.
It might be on the pink, though. So
I think they're talking about
mods.
Well, I think they're talking about that lock because he says he might have fired a concussion on the shuttle,
Yeah.
but maybe not have been a concussion.
We know he took a, yeah. So it is
Yeah.
concussion, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A concussion here. I believe it's on the pink. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
And so he
So
rolled
one-
the defense, and so he did the target lock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh no, yeah.
He's
They're
letting
doing
him-
the
they're
re-roll.
letting him roll again.
Yeah. That's tough.
That was
tough.
honorable.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah. So he's
So
actually gonna spend palp.
Yep.
Honorable.
That's tough. You really needed the 2 or 3 damage there.
did there.
Yeah.
And to make him spend the token too. All right, range 1 it looks like. On to pink. Range 2. Oh, from yellow.
Yellow on the. Oh,
Two
no
of
needed.
eights.
Oh, that
Yep.
just feels It feels bad when they don't have to spend tokens.
That's the worst feeling.
Range
yeah.
1, yeah. Gray on the pink here.
Just one. Rough.
Spends the evade.
Yeah. It's fine.
So that's all the shots, right?
This reminds me of defenders. For sure. All right, now defender follow-up going forceless.
Range 2.
Yep.
No HLC. So just 3. Just 1. See?
Yep. That's where the offense can falter on these defenders sometimes.
Easy.
No problem.
Don't you wish you could bank those?
Yeah, I know.
And then
The shuttle.
shuttle.
Takes 1 shield on red. A touch.
Oh, yeah, that's 1 point from half. Yeah.
It's
And
also
so
a
pink
big
onto
deal.
gray. It's got target lock here.
He does, unfortunately. That was a terrible roll.
Focus,
And
hit,
yep.
crit. Yeah. He's got
Potential.
evade and force here,
Yep.
so. No
And
problem.
Spend it
yeah,
all.
no problem.
issue. And that's what happens if you only have 1 shot on these
Exactly.
guys. So after all of that, after all of those shots, red only takes 1 shield.
One damage
A single,
overall.
a single damage overall. Now it's going to be fun to see if pink can make this 4K.
Do you just go for it here?
I think you do. I think you just go for it.
Where does the shuttle go here?
I think you just 2 bank with the shuttle.
You just keep it go.
Yeah, you
it
just
upright.
keep it
Well,
going.
you know what you could do?
What could you do?
You could coordinate.
1 bank coordinate, a boost or something?
Yeah, coordinate, boost
a
forward.
boost forward.
There it
to
is.
4K.
God, we hate we hate this.
I hate this game. Why could they boost? Why could they boost? This is
I was like,
stupid.
wait a
Who
minute.
designed these ships?
I was looking at it. I was like, what could the shuttle do? It's
Yeah,
like, seems like coordinate.
sure.
And then they're like, oh, never a problem.
Yeah, if he might be able to 1 bank, boost forward, then do the 4K. Or if he thinks 4K fits already, 1 bank, coordinate the lock. Or you know what you do? You coordinate the focus in case the 4K doesn't fit.
Right.
Then he's still
And
focused.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Again, 20 minutes in, Josh has got to start punching away at things, right? He's
Yeah.
got to start getting it going.
Well, that's what he was hoping to do. He had he had 3 shots on pink,
Yeah.
and it just didn't no damage materialized there. It's just unfortunate. You had 3 opportunities to strip those tokens.
You know, at what point does Matt just say 5 straight, I'm out?
Soon, probably.
5 straight boost. We don't need to even risk it, right?
Yeah, catch me.
Yeah.
Well, I think he might just continue plinking because this. I mean, it's LCQ,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Like, he doesn't have to be necessarily that cautious. But if this were like a world's cut game, you might do that. You know.
And keep in mind, LCQ, there are roughly 200 players here.
Yeah.
They are taking 128
Yeah.
is the official number,
Mhm.
and Matt's sitting at 2-1.
Yeah.
So if he comes out away with a win here,
Yeah.
he's feeling pretty good
He is,
at the
yeah.
3-win mark.
Yeah, if you're at 3-3, you have a really good shot at getting in.
Yeah.
It'll be real sad for the people there are some people that go 3-3 and their MLV won't be good enough to get in.
Yeah.
But
well, I wonder if with 128 out of roughly 200, is that all 3 threes? I'd have to do the
it's
math.
most.
It's
I
most,
don't
yeah.
know. I don't know the math, but it's most of them.
Yeah. And I think that's interesting development throughout
What?
the day. 128.
128 will
go
get
in. Yeah.
out of 200-ish. We think.
We
I
think it's around
I
200.
think it was 190 or something.
Yeah.
Dion's doing some calculus for us.
Yeah.
It's not calculus.
Oh, the fork.
He's grinning.
Never in doubt.
He's grinning.
Never in doubt.
Matt is not a jerk, but if he was, he could have said, "Do you want to see my dial first?"
I'll let you use cents for free.
Yeah, I'll let you cents for free if you want to.
It's just 1 bank here.
I played against a defender player once who just played with his dials face up. It's very disrespectful.
Is it disrespectful or is it just efficient? Let's just move forward.
Here's check.
I think he went for the coordinate.
He did.
And this looks familiar. I've never seen this before.
How can we have possibly known? Oh man,
Going
that
to
was a
Mark.
good call. Now,
Yeah. Well, I was
For sure.
disappointed that I even thought about it. I was like, man, he really could, couldn't he?
I'm disappointed that he didn't make it a focus
Yeah.
and tried to fit it without it.
It looked like it would have fit.
I think it
actually.
I think it would have fit.
Yeah, it would have been close.
Coward.
Yeah, the the
No.
right to 4K.
The right to 4K will not be infringed. Though I think that this is better for him anyway because it gives him more space the next round.
Yeah.
You want these defenders to have as much space as they can.
I'm almost proud of Matt because at any point in time he could have just boosted 1 straight, 5 straight, and then rolled and then just said, "Hey,
Bye.
I promise you, you're not going to get 57 points."
I assure you,
Yeah.
my castle is quite operational.
So let's see, where does Red go here? Let's see if Red can get any shots actually. No, he can't.
Brutal. He's not arc dodging that. The only thing he's doing to be arc dodge, a boost to the right and focus might be his best play.
Just to get out of it.
Get out of range 1.
Yeah.
But then he might still be in HLC.
He's in HLC anyway, for
Yeah.
sure if he boosts.
Oh, it's all bad. He's trying to check the arc dodge, but I don't think the barrel roll left gets it. He's shaking his head no.
Yeah. Well, Josh knows, right?
Yeah, he knows.
And that's tough because he's 1 shield away from half points.
Yeah.
Right? This thing with these Inquisitors, it's 2. The margin is 2 damage,
Yeah.
right? So 2 damage could come from like a range 3 shot out of nowhere, right? They just
Yeah.
takes the evade.
Totally.
Yeah.
But now he's getting, he's got that 4.
Well, I actually think that's really good because he knows he's going to be in HLC. He
Yeah.
knows he's taking 4 anyway.
Yeah.
And either that or he boosts. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have the double.
Let's see here if we get
Just
more.
jumping in here for an update. You guys were asking about the numbers here. So we started with 234 players.
Okay.
128 are going to make it.
Yep.
That means that 25 3-3s will not be making it.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
There's going to be
Yeah.
72 of them
Yeah.
total, and 25 won't make it.
Brutal.
Oh, yeah. So
FFG has done a really, really good job recently of making sure that MOV is less important. Most things are now by wins,
Right.
which I really, really, really love. But this is going to be one of those unfortunate side situations where your MOV does matter.
Yeah, and that also means like if you're 3-3, you have incentive to play 4 now, right?
You
Like,
do,
you want to
yeah.
make sure, or if you're gonna lose,
If you're at 3 wins, you have incentive to continue playing.
you have to keep playing.
Yeah.
Or if you're losing,
Yeah.
and if you feel like you're in your last round with 3 wins, you're
Yeah.
trying to get as many points as you possibly
You
can
gotta
get.
keep playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it also means you get to 4 wins, you're good.
Yeah, if you would get to 4
Oh,
wins,
yeah.
we're all feeling good
Feeling
now.
good. Yeah. FFG's killed it with this so far, though. I don't think if you're not here, it's amazing what's going on.
So for those who don't know, we are not at the FFG Game Center, as I think we're getting a concussion missile shot right now.
Yeah. Just taking a look. Just gonna leave it at 1. 1.
Yep. I think that was his only shot. But yeah, if you're not here, we're not at the FFG Game Center. We're
Right.
at the Excel Center, where the Minnesota Wild play in the auditorium there. It's a beautiful space. It's huge.
It's
We're
so
going to
good.
have almost 1,000 players between Destiny and X-Wing here
Oh
over
my
the
gosh.
week. It's going to be fabulous. And credit to FFG.
Ooh, hit crit coming
Ooh.
in from the shuttle onto
Red?
Yeah.
Yeah. These pot shots. Oh, he
You can strip the token.
safe.
But it strips the token.
Strips
That's
the
big.
evade. Or he's taking the force.
Strips the force. May not be able to use it later, so you use it now.
Well, he can't use it offensively,
Right.
so yeah.
Regardless, prize support, everything is incredible so
Yeah,
far.
absolutely. We've gotten to see the Plo Koon template
Oh, they're
sets.
amazing.
Some of the stuff they're doing with like
Yeah.
Stormtrooper art. I mean, they do such a great job with this license. guys.
HLC coming in on number pink. Looks good.
Focus.
So that's
3.
3 on gray.
Gray.
Ooh.
Oh, he has
Is it-
force. He has force
strip-
evade.
Strip all those tokens.
Yeah.
Strips them all. It's fine. And now here's the big one.
Well, I'm wondering if does he take it?
Well, I think it depends. Does he take the 4 with a focus onto red against an invade, which is an auto mitigation,
Or the 3.
or you take the 3 versus I think you take the 4. I think you take the 4,
You
even
need
though he
1
can mitigate
damage,
1,
right?
because you already have 1 damage off of him already.
Yeah.
That would be what I would do, and I think that's what he's doing. He's taking the 4.
Oh.
No locks.
So
only
2. Okay. So he's got to roll
Yeah.
1 of 8 here. No problem.
He gets
yeah.
2. No problem.
Disrespect of 8 token.
Yeah.
No problem, right?
12 minutes left. Still only 57 points
Yeah.
off.
It's just looking tougher. Every minute that passes by is tougher, right?
Yeah.
Every round you go by and you don't do damage. 3 total damage done to Matt's squad,
Mhm.
right? That's always tough. And right now the OGP is a little bit too far away. You just go 3 straight.
I think you just boogie out, baby.
You hit the gas.
You
and,
just
know.
hit the gas. So now your only recourse is to try and kill a defender in 12 minutes. Seems tough.
And you've been using concussion missiles too. It just hasn't been quite enough, right?
Yeah.
3 dice. It's a little bit tough because you have the evade. So
Yeah.
really 2, right? 2, like mitigating 2 hits. 1 hit down to 2. So we'll see what Josh's approach is here. It's always interesting to see that defenders are not in meta, but they're still so
They're
annoying.
incredible. They're just so good. It's just you have to. They're only so good until they're not. You know.
Yeah.
I think they're correctly costed. They pay a premium for that chassis. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at how bare bones Matt's squad is.
Yeah. I mean, it's 6 total cards,
Yeah.
right? Just. And the other thing is, we talked about last round, Swiss checks, right?
Yeah.
Like, we all have an idea of what this meta is going to be, but at the end of the day, you've got 2 defenders. You have to kill this.
Yeah.
Right? You have to do some damage. You have to score some points, and it's just another Swiss check for you, right?
And at the end of the day, too, like even more so than that, you are in a situation like I feel like I wish I'd given this advice on our podcast a few weeks ago. Like we always say, practice with things that you like, because we can talk about the quote unquote meta all we want, but at the end of the day, you never know what you're going to come up against. And I'm walking around the room seeing all kinds of variety.
Yeah.
So-
Well, and at the end of the day, when people travel and
Yeah.
spend money to come to events like this, they're going to play what they want to play, right? And so it's never going to be a perfect cut. I mean, when you get into the cut, maybe, right? Like,
Right.
You can get a lot more standardized, what you expect and things like that.
Right.
You can get a general consensus, but you still have to get through Swiss, right? You still have to get through
Yeah.
double defenders. Someone who's just like, I just like defenders. These are the ships that I have painted. I just want to play them, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why we see, I think, a whole lot of Wedge being played too. It's like, I just like Wedge. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have a lot to do with his ability, but it's just like he's a cool rebel ship. I like that ship. I
Yeah.
like flying rebels. I like flying X-wings.
Trench
Like,
run,
I
that
like-
type of thing.
I'm flying Resistance tomorrow. I like flying Resistance. I like
Yeah.
A-wings.
Yeah.
Flying a lot of A-wings. Like, they're fun. Like, I don't think it's by any means like optimal, but it's fun. And I didn't travel all this way to not have fun.
Exactly, yeah. It would be silly to go all this
Yeah.
way and go, well, I didn't enjoy it.
Well,
but
yeah,
at
I
least
decided
wanted-
to fly a faction I hate.
It will be interesting throughout the week because you'll be
Yeah.
playing and I'll be here throughout the rest
Sure.
of the week to see how much of this spills over,
Yes.
right? Especially to the top tables tomorrow
Yeah.
on and then what eventually we see on Saturday.
I'm really
How much of this really comes over, right?
I'm really, really, really curious to see how many, if any, make like the top 32 that were in the LCQ.
Right.
You know, what those lists look like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what these lists are going to look like. 3 forward.
Spoke about it at the beginning of the day, but some of this stuff, a lot of these players I feel like might get a little bit of an advantage because they're playing 6 rounds already here, right?
Yes.
So it's already people at Worlds. They're kind of getting a feel for the meta. It may not be the perfect meta, right? It may not be what like everyone's bringing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still 6 rounds of X-Wing of people who brought lists here who are going to a lot of them will play tomorrow. A lot of them will play on Friday.
4K.
Same people. Yeah, 4K.
I think
Matt's at it again.
Yeah, we did mention this at the start of the day. There is both an inherent risk of playing in the LCQ Worlds,
Yeah.
but the minor advantages are if you don't burn yourself out and you haven't had, a ton of games with your squad, you get 6 reps.
Right.
6 good quality reps in, which could mean the difference in the day 2 or
Yeah.
the actual Worlds event.
Now, we will get lists, so other players will get to see what is
Sure.
here. But it's a lot different than seeing like, oh, defenders, yeah, I know, and then putting it on a table and going, man, I cannot get damage down, right? Well, I
Right.
can get 1 damage down at a time. Reinforce. I think we're taking that defensive style with the OGP.
Yeah, totally. You do not.
And I
it's
think
fine.
Josh is sensing he needs to get points here. Play turn over, evade, red. Let's see which way he decides to go. One bank. Bumps in. Let's see if he ends up on that cloud.
I think he's okay.
$4K gets the block. And then pink is going to bump into, and that's really bad news for Josh.
Sure.
Because he's going to bump in to the ships. They're not going to fire,
Mm-hmm.
right? At this point, you know, that's not optimal. You want all your ship shooting. You want to be able to get points, right? And if you can't do that, it's always tough.
Exactly. Exactly.
And he's for sure going to bump here. And looks like we're just getting to the 5-minute mark. Well, it looks like we probably have one shot here. Gray onto OGP.
Right.
And then the backwards reinforce as well. I don't think he has concussion here too, so it's probably just 2 dice. Yep, 1 crit, or when you use the force, hit crit. And then at least 1 goes through.
Yeah, so 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 1.
Right.
Unless he wants to use Palp.
No, because it'll auto go through, so he loses
yeah.
1, yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 shields.
2
Taking the shot back. No problem, it looks like.
So he took 1 shield?
Yeah, he took 1 shield.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. So, there will be a shot here from Matt's defender.
Interesting.
Yeah, double crit. Has the evade still. It's range 3.
Easy.
Yeah, it's hard.
No problem.
Yeah. And so we'll move on. Again, another round where he's just doing 1 damage at a time. Half on the OGP is 27. You're still going to need 30 points off that.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt, it looks like has another shot. Sorry. This angle is weird. Pink onto orange.
Yeah, just 1 and then 1.
1. So no damage there again. And Matt's okay with that.
No, he's fine.
Fine, yeah.
He's going through the motions. He's got the lead at the moment.
He's got that dial locked in.
Yep.
And just don't move it.
Yeah, I think we might know what the defender's doing again.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see if Pink 4K's here.
I don't think Pink will 4K. I think a 3 forward is just fine. And then after that, he could do 4K if he's still good.
And you've got this you've got the Gray Inquisitor chasing the OGP.
Mm-hmm.
I think even if you get down to half.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look to see what has been happening at the other table. Let's take a peek here. So Stefan Gutter versus Kento right now. We got Decimator Whisper versus Kylo and some other first order ships there. A couple SFs and a FO. Natties from Rack going into which ship there? Into the Epsilon. Taking it down to 1 hull. I think Ken has an opportunity here to respond. We'll see. Just waiting for those dice. And there it is. Hit, crit, focus. You're going to use that ability there. Hit, crit, crit. Excuse me. 1 evade. And that is going to be it. Excuse me. That's going to be it for that ship, if I'm not mistaken. All right. We're going to go ahead and head back to the table.
Desperation play he can make to do 6 damage to a defender in 1 round, but it's tough.
Is it locked in? Never any doubt.
No. We
4K, focus evade.
knew. Yeah.
And you got to think it's going to be the same. It is. 4K, focus evade. Or could take a lock here.
If he wants, sure.
Yeah. But why risk it, right?
You take the safe option always here. The end of the game is no time to get cute.
Yeah. And he's 3 damage away from the OGP. I think that's so tough to do still.
Yeah.
He's going to reinforce again, most likely. So Josh, let's see where he's going. He moves the OGP, goes over the clouds here.
Smart. Just get away.
Yeah. And he hides behind it, too.
Yep.
That's the other thing, is he'll get to sit behind here.
It's
He'll
like a
have the mod.
It's like a reinforce.
Yeah. With an extra die.
Yeah, exactly.
Three turn here. He's going to go side to side so he doesn't have to. Yeah. He doesn't have to mark the ship. Spin the evade. Takes the evade action. Yeah, just another turn red. It's not going to shoot. And with 1:30 left, I think this is going to be it as far as combat goes.
And when you look at, when you take a look at, sorry, I'm losing my words here. If you're Josh looking at the game and trying to learn something from it, obviously you want to try to engage all of your guns on one thing at the start of the match, right? And maybe he identified that it's more important to go after a defender than the shuttle because of the points difference, 57 versus 54.
You're going to take the concussion there. You may be able to get half here on this OGP. I just don't. Yeah, there's under a minute after this round of combat. Maybe if they speed through it.
Sure.
I don't think so because you have shots coming. You have 2, 3 shots, 4 more shots.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like he has a shot too.
Yeah.
Unobstructed, it looks like. Spends maybe?
Yep.
Does he? Yeah, and I don't think he has a choice, really.
Right.
It doesn't really matter if red dies or not. Matt.
No.
No tokens needed.
Got a range 2.
And any damage, any points here on the Inquisitor, I think effectively ends it.
Yeah, totally.
Two damage. Oh, Josh is taking the shot in. Yeah. Target lock. Force 3. All blanks, maybe? Nope. And takes 1.
Yep.
Please bring your match slips up to tournament HQ.
That's time in the round, so this will be the last last turn here. These last shots being fired. Gray into OGP now with concussion. Force for 2. OGP takes the 2.
He's fine. Still
So not
over
quite
half.
there, yeah, not quite there. And Matt's looking for the HLC.